I'm gonna try to speed through these as quickly as possible, but here's the lyrics that make me so irritated with Eurylochus. I will say, I do like how quickly his character is established, because, like, the first thing that we see from him is him expressing that they're out of supplies, and then he's like, 600 men, 600 reasons to take what we can, so Captain, what's the plan? Like, why is that your knee-jerk reaction to just take what you can instead of negotiating or asking for help? Then, like, 30 seconds later, when Polites is like, I see an island, I see light that faintly glows, maybe there's people lighting a fire, maybe they'll share some food, who knows? He just says, I say we strike first, we don't have time to wait, so let's raid the place. Like, again, why was raiding your first immediate response? And he doesn't really irritate me again until, remember them. Because, like, I get it, Polyphemus is down, but then it's just like, obviously it's not done because they can't get out of the cave with him lying there, so it's just like, but Captain, what do we do with our fallen friends? Like, obviously you're gonna remember them and mourn them, but we gotta get out of this cave first, dingus. And like, when the other Cyclopses show up, why does he want to run? Like, that would literally doom everybody if they run out of that cave. They're gonna run into the other Cyclopses and die. Just like, this pattern continues into Storm, where he's like, Captain, we will capsize with these waves, our fleet will fail. We're taking too much damage to survive. At this rate, we won't make it out alive. Like, dude, you are second in command. Your job is to help Odysseus guide everybody through this situation, and yet you are sitting there like, oh no, we're just gonna die. And then when Odysseus comes up with a plan, he's just like, Eurylochus, grab the harpoons, as many as you can find. What do you have in mind? Obviously, you're gonna anchor the ships to the island in the sky so that you can be out of the storm. And I have such problems with him during Luck Runs Out, because it is literally just all him questioning Odysseus repeatedly in front of the entire crew. Like, that's not your job as second in command. Your job, again, is to support Odysseus. If you have legitimate concerns about the plan, you pull him aside. Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do. And then Odysseus is just like, yeah, you've heard the legends of the island in the sky. You know, this proves they're true. We're in the home of the wind god. We don't know for sure. I love the response. How many floating islands have you seen before? Like, what else could this be? Then Odysseus is just like, I'm going to climb to the top and ask him for a hand. When Eurylochus is like, well, what's your plan? And he's like, you could be caught off guard and lose your life, or piss off this god and infuse us with strife. Don't forget how dangerous the gods are. Circling back to that one later. And then, you know, he's just like, have faith, friend, we've come this far. Yes, but how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south? How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wit and people die on it. Except for the Trojan War, where he led you through 10 years of brutal war against the Trojans, and he didn't lose a single man. And Odysseus is like, I still believe in goodness, I still believe we could lead from the heart. What do we do when it all falls apart? Like, what do you mean? And also, I just don't want to see another life end. You're like the brother I could never do without, until mutiny. Like, we're gonna circle back around to, I just want to see another life end. Like, again, Odysseus is like, suddenly you doubt that I could figure this out after I've led you through all of this? And he's like, and then he repeats himself, you know, how much longer till fill in the blank. After Odysseus finally pulls him aside and is like, dude, stop. I'm gonna go up and talk to him. He comes back down with the windbag. Eurylochus should have been the one person that Odysseus could turn to in that moment and be like, hey, I need your help. We gotta guard this windbag and stop the treasure rumor. But he can't. Like, Odysseus stays awake for 9 days because he can't trust literally anybody, not even his second in command. Eurylochus takes the first opportunity, despite being within sight of Ithaca, to open the bag, which dooms 550 men because it blasts them right to Poseidon. And then he doesn't even try to fix the situation when Odysseus is like, help me close the bag, but sir, it's too late. Yeah, because you're the one who opened the bag. We get to Puppeteer, and he's immediately just like, Captain, I have something that I must confess, something that I must get off my chest, until it is said I cannot rest. Like, Odysseus is exhausted. He's ready to drop because he spent almost 10 days awake. And then Eurylochus is just like, hey, I gotta tell you something. I gotta add to your burden. And he, like, I don't blame Odysseus at all. Eurylochus, go make sure this island is secure. We're not gonna have another Polyphemus situation. There's only so much left we can endure. Go. It's never said how many men Eurylochus takes with him, but presumably it's between like 10 and 20 is my guess. And then as soon as he's just like, he sees that they're in danger, he hightails it out of there, goes to Odysseus, relays the threat, and then is like, when Odysseus is like, we gotta go save them, no we don't, look at all we've lost and all we've learned, Every single cost is so much more than what we've earned. Think about the men that we have left before there's none. Let's cut our losses, you and I, and let's run. That's not cutting your losses. That is abandoning men that did not ask to be in that situation because you don't think you can do anything. And also, if those men had actually died and were left there, you wouldn't be able to sail. You need all of those men to be able to sail the boat. But he keeps pushing. Her voice deceives. What if she can't be killed? Will you choose to leave? She's a clever witch and she's hard to slay. I mean, it's a game of wits, but you don't have to play. And Odysseus is like, dude, I don't know what's going to happen right now, but I have to go try something because you're not going to help me. Thankfully, Circe works out and they go to the underworld and all of that. And then we get to Scylla. And he's just like, immediately, he's just like, I got a secret I can no longer keep. I opened the windbag while you were asleep. The reason I find that a little bit irritating is it's just like, I get it. This fits the themes of the song. But, like, could you not have done that right when they're entering in the lair? Like, could you not have done that between the Sirens and Scylla's lair? Like, there was presumably about a day or so, buddy. Anyway, after Scylla happens, there's mutiny, which is my biggest beef with Eurylochus. Please all tell me you did not know that would happen. Say you didn't know how that would end. Look me in the eyes and tell me, Captain, that you did not just sacrifice 6 men. Use your wits and try and say I'm crazy and mad, that this is all some trick the gods have sent. Tell me you did not miss home so painfully bad that you gave up the lives of 6 of our friends. When we fought the Cyclops, you were quick to hatch a plan, and when we fought with Circe, it was you who left behind no man. But when we saw this monster, we didn't take a stand, we just ran. I seem to recall you being perfectly fine abandoning men and giving up the lives of, however many of the crew when it was Circe and you didn't think you could do anything against her. You didn't want to take a stand against Circe, dude. But now, all of a sudden, it's a problem that Odysseus had to sacrifice 6 men in order to get the rest of you through the lair? Also, do you just not know about Scylla? Have you never heard of Scylla ever in the stories that you've been told? Like, also, you miss your wife so bad you trade the lives of your own crew. You also have a wife, dude. Odysseus' sister. Are you not trying to get back to her, too? Well, just like, how are we supposed to trust you now? Now your time has come, your luck's run out. Now the time has come to shut you down. You relied on wit, and then we died on it. Only after 10 years of war. Like, he proved himself again and again in the Trojan War, and yet you still cannot trust that he's trying to lead you all home. Why can't you trust him? Going back to this real quick. If you want all the power, you must carry all the blame. Like, Eurylochus is taking the power, the blame, and the responsibility from Odysseus and putting it on himself. He's now leading the crew. End up on Helios' island, and he can't even figure out where they are, based on the very obvious clues. Some island, the first one we found, it's bursting with cows just roaming around begging us to eat so much meat, and hunger is so heavy. This statue, the god of the sun, don't know where it's from, but here's where we found all these cows to hunt, right in front, and hunger is so heavy. Odysseus, only needed to see the statue of the god and the cows to figure out, oh, this is Helios' island, and those are Helios' cows. And second of all, he is just as tired, just as hungry, and has been stabbed. And yet, he still has the common sense and the wherewithal to say, no, we cannot do this. We cannot take this god's cows because that'll piss him off and we'll die. He's begging Eurylochus not to do it. Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do. Odie, we're never going to get to make it home. You know it's true. You might have given up Eurylochus, but you don't need to doom everybody by killing the cow. Like, listen to Odysseus. You don't know that's true. This is the home of the sun god. I'm starving, my friend. But if you kill his cattle, who knows what he'll send. This is the home of the sun god. I'm tired, my friend. We're so close to home. Don't do this. Eurylochus, reconsider. We can get home. I have to get home. I need to get home. Please don't do this. No, he's just a man. How much longer must I suffer now? How much longer must I push through doubt? How much longer must I go about my life like this? How much longer must we suffer now? How much longer must we push through doubt? What really irritates me is he just tosses the power, blame, and responsibility back to Odysseus. Like, Captain? You could at least own up to it and say, Zeus, this was actually my idea. I pulled a mutiny. Punish me. But he doesn't. He lets Odysseus try to get him out of it. Then has the gall to be, but we'll die. Yeah, because of you. Who killed the cow, Eurylochus? Who forgot how dangerous the gods are, Eurylochus? Again, I get it. You don't think you're going to be able to make it home at this point, but don't doom everybody because you can't listen to Odysseus.